Surprise, surprise, and happy Sunday. We are starting this vlog in the basement. So, I am cleaning up the after effects of last week's. What I need to do, and what I was thinking about, even, in the meantime while we're waiting to furnish down here and do all the work we need to do, I do have items that are years old with price tags still on them to hang. So I think I might hang a few things down here today. And I also want to redo my craft room area because I know that the time is getting closer and closer to me losing all of this space as a creative place. And I'm going to be somewhat limited to my craft room. What I was thinking I would do is try to reorganize that so I could fit at least that small table in there as an additional workspace for when Stephanie comes over to craft. But Art has to do some work in here as far as wiring goes. Look, the echo goes away in here because it's so full of stuff. Let me get some lights on. This is the light that I broke. One of the bulbs came out. We have had an issue with bees coming into the house, specifically the basement. And we think it's just the seal around the doors to the outside need to be resealed so that they can't get in. I don't believe there's any holes or anything up in here that they're getting in. I do believe it's that door out there. But anyway, I want to rework this space a little bit. It is overwhelmingly full. It is somewhat organized. And what I tried to do in this area here was because back there is one of our sump pumps right there. And I need to keep it clear so we can get to it if we ever need to. But there's not a lot of outlets in here. That's problem number one. So a lot of things are being plugged into one outlet there. Even that long strip is plugged into that over there. And that's not good, especially when I'm using a lot of heat tools. So we need to reroute that. That's an Art issue. I can't do that. And then the other thing is I put this here, number one, so I could block off. My attempt was to block off this area, and I had rolling carts here so we could easily access it, but it was blocked off from Maggie. So when Maggie was a lot smaller, even though she's still small, she'll never be big, but she was a puppy and didn't know any better and didn't listen very well, and she would venture anywhere in any nook and cranny, and it was dangerous. So I tried to head that off and try to acclimate her to the basement early on. My plan failed, did not work. So anyway, I was thinking if I rework all of this, maybe I could give myself additional workspace. Maybe I could also organize a little bit better. I don't know.
A few moments later.
So this is the disarray and mess that I'm in. This wall right here, I've actually started transitioning to all clear bins, as you can see. I still have a couple that are the gray, but it's okay. I'll probably be able to switch those out this week. And I have room to stack more. Now, when fall comes, my plan is to purge some of what's in here and dwindle it down so it's not so much. That may be hard because I do love my fall things. I love my Christmas things, but I think that I can. And I'm not going to throw stuff away. I'm actually going to donate it to the Goodwill. Or to hospice. And, I thought about saving some of it for when I get a booth or when I want to resell. But right now I'm so overwhelmed with stuff that I may stop collecting stuff that I want to resell and focus on just getting this under control. What I wanted to do, honestly, was because I know that I'm going to lose this space eventually to craft in. And it worked out so nice to have that table there. So I thought, how about if I'm able to put that table and chairs somewhere in my craft area? And then that way I don't always have to clean the floor every time we craft. I can keep the mess contained here. So that's kind of my goal. And that's what started this. And then I will show you where those black shelves went, because they are in this storage area. Right over there. And this area is going to be the bathroom for the downstairs. It's already roughed in, as you can see. We need to frame it out and finish the bathroom. So the bathroom actually is going to go from this wall over. I don't think that we're going to do any angles to it. I don't think we're going to do any of that, but then again, you never know. But what I do know for sure is the wall for storage for all of that's back there will be from this storage unit or shelf over. So I will still have all of this, and we will create access doors for me to get to it all. But as you can see, it is a lot, and I will need to really work on kind of dwindling this down as well. So I figured if I could get to the point where I have fewer bins, then it won't be as hard to navigate in here when the bathroom's done.
One eternity later.
It might not look like it, but I am making progress. I have my Cricut station kind of set up here with my Cricut press, my Cricut mug maker. This is for scrapbooks, scrapbook paper. So I'm going to leave that like that is. And I have my Cricut supplies in these drawers. One is for iron-on transfer vinyl, and one is for permanent vinyl. I can't remember because it's been so long since I've used anything. So I know one drawer is what I use for shirts, and one drawer is what I use for glass or wood. And then I have my wall over here. Of course, the sub pump is in the way, but I got creative, and I used some extra boards to connect the two shelving units, and it works out fine for me. These are just leftover shelving boards, and I just linked the shelves between and put my paints, that thrifted cabinet, and then art supplies are there, like pens and stuff like that, my stamps. And then I have all of the paint containers that I can use to mix spackle in, mix paints in, all that kind of stuff is on the bottom. And then I have these shelves that I can fill in. I put out my some of the pieces that I use for ideas for paint nights. And then in this cabinet are all my stains. I'm stepping on this. All my stains are in here. So that's nice and convenient. I'm going to get a bin to put my garlands in, and then I'm going to remove all of the pictures that I have there. And I have to finish cleaning all this off. So my goal is to have this cleared and no longer used as a workspace so that I can store bins, which will free up space in that other unit, that other storage room. And also move this so that I can put bins there. I'll get bins to organize this. And then I have bins that go across for holiday decor. This is like spring, Easter, 4th of July stuff. But I started bins here for craft supplies and florals. This is all my fake baked stuff. So I'll probably leave it there, but find a better way to organize it. And then I have this that I can put storage bins up there, again, for crafting supplies and florals. So I'm slowly making progress. I got to clean off my desk. And then once I get all that kind of bigger stuff done, then I'll go back and reorganize all of these bins. And I started by making sure that I have all white pretty much. I do have some of these pink ones that came from Ben Franklin, Michaels, and I love them. And I love pink. So I'll definitely keep those. And I do have some pink containers down here. I don't mind pops of pink because pink is one of my happy colors. So I'm slowly making progress. It's a mess over there. The other thing that I did, this is just the craft room area. I did add a table here so that I can craft in here and stop crafting out there. That's the goal. Because we are going to start hopefully using this space for when people come over, when kids are here, that kind of thing. So, that space will be utilized eventually. So I'm trying to transition everything over. And what I did here was I have a pile started for donations. It's small, but it's there. And Mr. Bones is out there for now. I have to find spaces for that. I left that table there so I could put that as overflow from that room, the craft room, so I could have somewhere to put stuff until I find out a place to put them. And I got to put my easel away, so that's there. But I do have that hung. We're going to be putting the TV there, so, and then games will go on either side of that cabinet. The TV, of course, will go there. And then I hung this. This stand's not going to stay there. I need to move it. I just put it out of the way for right now. But I hang that there. Got a window box there. I just hung some things up. Will they stay up? I don't know. I put my book stands here for right now. I thrifted those from the Goodwill, and I got 2 of them. They're not identical, but they're definitely similar and meant to go together. I love them. So I have this set up here, all my baskets, well, not all, but a good majority of the ones that are not being used. Got those up, and that, and then the bathroom, of course. And then I have this here. And that's kind of how things will be just for a little bit. It helps to get, you know, by putting stuff up on the walls down here, even though it's not the greatest or cohesive or anything, it's better than having it leaning up against a wall, gathering dust. At least it's up, I can see what I have, and I can easily like come down here and just move things around from room to room between the floors. And that was kind of my goal. So I'm almost there, almost. Not quite, but almost. But I'm really proud of myself because this has been quite the undertaking. And my goal is really to be able to have a lot of stuff stored in here versus the other storage room that will eventually be part of it. A very small part of that will be the bathroom. But I really want to try to get as much over here as possible so that we don't have it so packed when we go to do the construction over there, if that makes sense. But I love having a table here. So I have a workspace there for my desk, my Cricut workspace, and then this workspace. So I have plenty of workspaces. There's no shortage of workspace. So I'm pretty happy with that. Hopefully, I will have all of this completed to my liking in the next week or so. Next weekend is Apple Blossom, so I'm not going to be doing anything that weekend in here. So maybe the weekend after that, I will finish everything up and be able to put together a video of before and after and how this all transpired. It is quite the mess. So part of clearing out the basement is donating some things that I don't want or need or plan to resell. So I've got some pictures that I'm going to take, and I've got 2 bags full of some goodies to take. And then I'm donating some more bags to the store as well.
Eventually.
Maggie, you're downstairs with Mommy. Yay! What I've done over here is all of my housewares, and I've pared it down to just 2. Let me see if I can bear with me as I turn this little odd shaped corner, and there's no light right here, so I'm sorry for that. But these shelves right here house all of my home decor. And I've kind of grouped them with lanterns and jars and things like that. Candle holders, candle stands. And then I have miscellaneous pictures and things like that in here. Miscellaneous small tchotchke little things here. My ladders, salt box houses, things like that there. Some rugs. And then these are all my hooks, like S-hooks to hang stuff with, or wall hooks like this are in here. And then some lampshades. And I have room to grow. These are all baskets, shelves, cake platters, mug racks, and then tier trays. And then, of course, this will be the bathroom area. Maggie's already in here sniffing around. But the Christmas stuff goes all the way back there underneath the stairs. And then there's bins all the way that way. And you can access the craft room through there. So what my plan is to eventually move some of these bins. I'll probably still keep the bins there. I'm not going to tackle that right now, but eventually I'm going to get the bins out from there and move those to the craft room area, and we're headed there now. But this is the craft room, and I'm not done yet, but I thought I'd give you the update. So I'm loving this. I have my workstation here. And I have all of my craft supplies along this wall. It's not necessarily organized yet. It's grouped to how it needs to be grouped, but I think I can come up with better storage options for this. And of course, we have the sub pump that goes through there. Ignore it. It is what it is. I love this space because I can be messy in here and I don't have to worry about cleaning anything up. And I'm going to enjoy the space while I have it before it gets turned into a bedroom at some point. This will be the last of the projects. Trust me. I'm going to hold on to this room as long as possible. All of my Halloween decor is there in those bins. And then the Christmas bins are going to come over here. I used to use this as a workspace, but I'm not going to do that anymore. I want to use it to pull some of those bins out of the bathroom area. Even though it's not out of the way, the bathroom area is free. They can frame it out and do what they need to do. I still don't like the idea of having all my Christmas stuff there. I would love for everything to be in one room if possible. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, but that is my goal. But anyway, some of the Christmas bins are going to come here. And I have room for 2 high here, so I could probably fit over here. I have them stacked 2 and 2. So I think I can get 4 bins here. And then I can get, according to this area here, I could probably get, oh my goodness, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I can get about 20 to 25 bins stacked high on this wall. I'm going to be getting matching bins to, switch this stuff out. This stuff will stay here. I'll just make it clear bins. I want them all to look this way. So my goal also is to have all the bins clear. I want them to all be clear like this. So these will go bye-bye. And these bigger ones like this, I have them, they're super, super heavy. There's dishes and stuff in them. I'm going to rework the bins so that light stuff goes in the bigger ones. And I'm going to use the smaller ones for heavier items because that forces me to keep the weight of the bin down. So I need to get clear bins for all of these areas. That will be, candles. There's all my candles in that bin. More candles in that bin. Florals, floral foams, floral wire, floral tape, floral pieces, things like that. I will keep binned. So that will help once I get the clear bins that I can use here and here. I'll have this area up here that I can use some of this crafting supply for. So I have 2 workstations. I have my desk. I have my work table. So when my daughter comes over and we craft together, I've got that there. And if I ever host paint nights again, or craft nights again, I can still do that. I will just do it at the table out there. And, but I love my craft room. I love it. It may be a lot to some. It may be overwhelming and look very cluttered, but it's actually not. It's a well-organized craft mess, and this is my creative space, and I love it.